Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Good evening, good evening. So I want to welcome you to today's editions of your informative news magazine, The Examiner, right here on LPR. I'm Alfonso Z, and so stay tuned. We're going to be getting this program right underway here in a few minutes. We'll say welcome, good evening, happy Sunday, and thank you for sharing your evening with us. Please do us a favor. Just hit the share icon button and invite someone at your company this Sunday evenings right here. And today's editions of The Examiner with the analysts. The analysts will be here. Let's watch some of the exciting movements in Liberia during the week.
Others are accusing that you lawmakers receive $10,000 to be part of this.
I don't get groups of rubbish. I get my own money. I don't need party money. I don't here for anybody. I'm here for anybody.
Let's pay attention on time.
I think
Welcome to the press. Today you are returning back home. What are your impressions? Where are you from, my friend? I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here. The others are pointing a future figure at the United government of producing tax money of $1.8 million to secure this property. What do you have to say to those who are pointing a future figure of the United Party using taxpayer money to secure this property? Let them prove it. What do you exactly about the vision? What do you exactly about the vision?
You know, before today, the headquarters, right? We have an environment where people are allowed to express themselves freely. So I'm happy. Other parties do it. The other parties do it.
As I indicated, sounds that the right should be settled by this government.
Today is fundraising. the membership.
Are you not surprised to see people? Are you not surprised to see people?
What's that a piece of price? The president has the 200 people. Listen, it's not a perfect situation, but the trajectory is set. Let me tell you something. If you can walk, you can fly. What we're trying to do is we can fly. Yes, in the civilization and the circumstances, what we want to show is that we all keep together. Doors are open. Together.
And like you said, today's fundraiser, the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Parker Fala, is a staunch member of the SPG in the CSC. Well, he's plus of joining your party today. And you bring that in yesterday as Steve. This is now a team today.
The Deputy Speaker will speak for himself.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, good evening. That was the end of weekend segment in the nation's capital of Liberia. What appears to be homecoming tonight. The analysts going to be here. We're going to take a conversation to all of that, and of course, your views, your opinion will be alright. I am the host of Dan, so right here is welcome to the show. Our viewers and listeners across the globe, I'm Alfonso Z, and so right here this evening, we say just hold in there, take care. We're gonna get this going here. Okay, let's have a conversation here. We want to welcome all of you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alfonso Z, and so of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. Today is Sunday, and this is your Sunday editions of the Examiner. The Examiner is right here, airing live from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. We say good evening, good to have you. Whatever you're joining us here, we say happy Sunday. And good that you are here for us to have a conversation here. To our cause, Mr. Kuyage, good evening, good to have you. Been a little while. Hope everybody is doing okay. We want to welcome all of you. James is in the house. Andrew is in the house. We say good to have you. Just hit the share button and invite someone at your company as we're about to have a conversation here this evening. The big political events simultaneously taking place across the countries in some part of the city, what it all means, and your own understanding. What are you gathering? What are you hearing? So what is the strategy behind this? We yet to know. We're going to dive into that. And of course, the attempted coup that was failed in Benin as well. While all of these ongoing military, the rebirth of the military takeover in the country, President Joseph Newman Boyka and delegates arrived in the Ivory Coast in Abidjan early this evening to honor the inaugural ceremonies of President Alassane Dramane Ouattara. Liberia Public Radio Africa Bureau Chief in Abidjan was at the airport and caught up with Senator Zoe Emmanuel Peno. We're going to bring you all of that. These and many more will be coming your way right here this evening. So let's take a break and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events, such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services, and your friends in business.
So sorry for that technical breakout. Welcome to the show here this evening. I'm Alfonso Z and Salt of the Liberia Public Radio. What's going on here this evening? It's the liberal hand in this whole thing here. Well, let's wait and see. Okay, let me just bring in a little technical issue here, but we will handle that. Liberal, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you are to get you. Okay, there you go. Boyka, fire, Boyka, or fire, Boyka, fire, whatever it is. The Liberal Progressive, good evening. Welcome to the show. Today is Sunday. That's the examiner to read a look on whatever it is to make sure that we have the conversation. That's the examiner is on. Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. So wonderful to be here with you tonight. We're going to have some wonderful conversation. We appreciate it, and thank you very much. But before I start any other thing here again, I'm not here to praise you or anything like that, but I want to, especially this evening, I want to thank you very much and thank the LPR family.
You read the E-Crow. You didn't have to praise me, but you say,
for this wonderful program. To be honest with you, today's were one of those difficult day for me. I was really down. But then I started looking forward, after you and I had a conversation, I started looking forward to come on LPR. So this is an upliftment process for me coming here. It's therapeutic, as many people would say, and we want to say thanks to all our audience that come out here because of you. Will come out here every night, even when things are difficult. But coming here tonight, I was one of those platforms that really uplift me tonight. I want to say that. Thank you very much.
Are you trying to lay the ground of peace work here this evening? Is that what you're trying to do, or what?
Mr. So there is no kumbaya between you and myself. There's no kumbaya with you and the other conservative. There's nothing here with kumbaya. My Esther, the only kumbaya guy are people that fatu there and they rescue rescue 3 and stuff. But the rest of you guys, there's no kumbaya here, Mr. So don't even attempt that.
I don't know why you try to be so nice this evening. That's very unusual. I'm just concerned. That's all.
Well, sometimes we the Lofian, sometimes we try to let people know.
Yeah, what?
I said we the Lofian, sometimes we come up and let you know where we stand. Just like President Baka, we don't hide ourselves.
Oh, this is quite amazing. This is serious. Okay, Deliverer, good to have you here. And we say good evenings, good afternoon to all our viewers and listeners. If this is the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. Thank you for sharing this Sunday evening with us, putting aside all busy schedule to be here with us. We are honored, we are privileged, and we really, really do appreciate. If this is the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. You are on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio. I am Afonso Zayenso, based here in the East Coast, New England Bureau, more or less the political independent actual voice of this network as compared to those on the other side who has migrated, political migration, political refuge, and as you may call it, and just here to precinct when it is not even necessary. But all in all, we say good to be here. Bidel, good to have you here. Is that Iratos? Hopefully, I'm calling the name. Don, Andrew, good to have you. And of course, my own man, of course, John Alexander Kuyage, right there in North Carolina. Let's get to the issue here at Liberal. I know you are a news freak. It's important that we have this thing. We always keep news fair, balanced, and proportional. It's a little bit concerning of these this sort of rebirth of military. I was listening to Al Jazeera, the former ECOWAS communication chief, and it was quite interesting. Some of the things that I heard coming from out of him, the concerns lately of the military take over or attempted, like in the case of Benin, now Eledon, attempted military coup. The government spokesperson now is speaking that they are in control. But what was fascinating, he said, was the democracy in Africa and leaders, the economic problem, the inability to create job, people are enriching themselves at the expense of government, are also many of the factors of which these military are taking over. And you'll realize now the three military regimes now they are collaborating to have their own union, which ECOWAS cannot even handle. So they are saying there's a fear, a possibility of more of these coming into Africa. How serious is this, and we should be worried about that?
Thank you, Mr. So I also just saw a little bit of that today on BBC here as well. But it's concerning. It's concerning in that these are all West African states. What is it that the ECOWAS community are not able to bring on the table that will entice other citizens of a country to try to destabilize the democratic process in that country? Now, I can safely sit here in Sacramento and say destabilize, but those who are being affected, they most likely have other reasons. Mr. So, since one of the things since I've been on this journey of reading the historical facts and things like that, I have been able to bring myself back to certain level of understanding why these things were happening. When we were then back then, we were the foot soldier for the progressive and things like that. We were whole gone. Oh, we don't even understand anything. Why is it? But we just want to make the noise because we feel the government was not doing good for us. Now that I've gotten older and I can read now with understanding, I hope that when I read these things, I try to put a context to it. And these things are being repeated. And once these things are being repeated, it doesn't matter what country you are. You cannot come to power, say you're going to do X, Y, and Z. People believe in you and trust you. But when you get to power, there are certain people who align themselves with you from the beginning, pretending to be truthful. But once you guys are successful, they come with a different intent. And now they sometimes they're able to put you in a bubble and lie to you. And now make you to deviate from some of the kind of process or expectation or explanation you gave during the campaign. And sooner or later, you're gonna have what happened in Benin. I hope the brothers and sisters over there will see reason to bring back democracy. But it's not gonna stop because there are things you do. Other people feel aggrieved. Other people feel marginalized. And if you have that kinds of process in a society, where the society is pointing against each other negatively, you're bound to have some sort of a negative result, Mr. So. And so for me, my presence here tonight is going to be a little bit different than my usual unity president. No, it's going to be a little bit different here tonight.
No, hold on 1 second. The restriction is only tonight or moving forward. Let's get that right to the audience, because you still seem
You see, this is what you do. This is what you're very good at. When I'm trying to position myself in a way that I will be understood by my brothers and sisters, then you come in trying to put pepper in my throat, and then I would resist. And in the process of resisting, I then take off the other garment and put on my ridiculous garment. And you don't want that. I'm trying to tell you tonight that coming on your show, I said tonight, moving forward, yes, if the situation does not change, we will be truthful. Because why? If Liberia is affected negatively, it will be all of us, not just me, not just people in Liberia, all of us as Liberia. And so if we have the opportunity to be truthful, we must do so, Mr. So. And from that perspective, I am speaking to you tonight, that tonight I have a different view.
So tonight, I'm wondering what is taking place. What is the transition that is taking place now that is unknown? In the meantime, let me welcome one of the independent voices who is doing and always in the vanguard to keep
independent.
of this network. Dr. Jones Malay is here. Dr. Malay, this is quite fascinating. Tonight, and he wants to hang the ball, and we think that we're going to lie is slide because he doesn't want to be held accountable of his word. So he said tonight, but I mean, we managed to get him to say moving forward. Let's see how long this ceasefire going to hold. Dr. Jones, good evening. Good to have you.
Oh yeah, thank you, Labro. I mean, CEO. And are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Okay.
I can hear you.
And my greeting to the Labro.
I can hear you.
And my good friend.
So how you say good friend, then you laughing, bad man, Shaga laughing. How you say good friend, then you laughing like something like bad man in
but Libra, you just made a statement that we're moving forward. So that's how we're moving forward. We can say good friend and laugh behind.
He's been very magnanimous. He said because
why
of the
are you
word
guys
that
trying to make me look like somebody who is here to make peace? I'm not here for peace. How much the time I'm gonna tell you guys that? I'm here, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm not here for kumbaya. I will be truthful, but I'm not here for kumbaya.
Liberal, you're not here for peace. Your utterance suggests that you're on the way, you're on the peace lane.
Okay, guys, a lot of things been happening here. I kind of been trying to figure out and been talking to other people to the political events simultaneously, concurrently, being that sort of we saw it moving across the country from the nation capital to Greater Liberia or Banga, the stronghold, which is a very strong base in terms of voting group. It's a sort of unique area, strategically positioned with different group, the homecoming of Unity Party. But let me let Dr. Malice to chime in here. I was just talking about this sort of the rebirth of these military, the junta taking over. And I listened to Al Jazeera most of the time today, other leaders speaking to the fight of democratic government institutions, lack of good governance, the government inability to secure, to meet the needs of the people, where in times elections result are disputed and military step in, is quite amazing, and they are anticipating to see more of this happening here. I was just getting the liberal take on that. Where are we heading as a people and as a region to see the interventions of some extent attempted coup and all of that?
Well, this is a very interesting. This is a very interesting. Welcome, communicator.
Your job now to welcome people.
Well, you might pass as a co-host. I can welcome Keto.
Remind him of your responsibility. It's unfortunate. He wants to be a distraction here tonight. We're not going to go there with him.
You try to be frank Keto. And you know,
how are you, Doctor? How are you, Dr. Jones? Molly Jones.
Can never be frank.
CEO and Libra.
Keto knows how you demonize his leader here, so there's no way that Keto can be a good friend to you.
Keto will get anybody consideration on the platform. Maybe will be the CEO and myself.
Yeah, so let's get to guys. Let's greet Mr. Hinen, good to have you. Victor, welcome. Aaron, good to have you here. Smo, good to have you. We are about to take on some of the things happening in Liberia. Some will be comfortable, some will be uncomfortable, but we'll bring all that into discussion. And of course, obviously, you're going to contribute. But Dr. Mali, let me just go to you. The military coup in Africa, why is this becoming normal to retain?
Yeah, I think we need to retrospect a little bit. Let's go a little bit back to the 60s when most African countries started getting their independence from their colonial masters. And they decided to champion what we call self-rule. And some of them felt they were sovereign state. It's about time they lead their people in the direction they think was okay. But I think what I'm beginning to see now is that since that time up to today, the definition for governance for the African politician is a different definition. And secondly, the African government, I don't know whether they are really serious about democracy. You know, democracy is a vast terrain. But what I noticed in Africa, most of the African leaders tend to cherry pick. They want the things suit them, they work with that one. When it comes to accountability, transparency, they pack that one side. When it comes to election, you can manipulate it, and so they are always in that direction to please the architect of democracy. But here is my take finally. I strongly believe that if you came in as a democratically elected government, put in place by the people through the ballot box, and by the next day, your governance show that you have got the military type of star in your democratic governance, I think the military should be able to discipline you because that's not your space. You are a democratically elected government. You are accountable to the people that elected you. Then you turn around, you start to suppress the people. You turn around, you started to impressing people, extrajudicial killing. This is not what democracy is about. You have become an autocrat. So if you transform yourself and try to take off that democratic gown and put on a military gown in a civilian governance, the military should discipline you. I support that direction.
Okay, before I go to Keto and welcome Akwe, you see that as a complete provocation by leading the military to intervene. Is that your argument?
Yeah, if you don't behave as a civilian government and you're doing those things that the military is supposed to be doing, then you are not a civilian government. Then we have all right to remove you because you are not performing according to status quo as a democratically elected government.
Okay. I'm not sure. Let's say hopefully we will manage it. Hopefully. Okay, thank you so much. Well, let me just bring in Keta. Keta, good evening. Good to have you here.
Good evening, CEO, and to the liberal progressive, the celebrity, only celebrity on this platform that was kicked from LBLC.
Why you trying to dig up? Why you trying to dig up old wounds here? You see,
I like your introduction. Go ahead.
I didn't hear what you said. That was what happened to him.
He was
You gotta
booted. He
repeat
was
that.
booted out of LBSC, right? LBC or what it is.
Who is that?
The liberal progressive.
Oh,
Like,
Liver
know,
Progressive. Oh, okay.
I cannot according that what can happen when the Chinese fool keep going against people, chasing people. That what can happen.
but I milk Fagon. Okay, let's go.
Brother Akwe, how you doing today?
Benny has been one of the trouble
Great, better.
back there when it comes to military interventions. And at some point in time, it was stabilized, but here we are. It seems to come back. But it was quite interesting, like what Dr. Mali was saying from the former ECOWAS communication chief. It's a lack of good governance, the abuse of power, the inability for government to address critical economic, social issues in the country, elections dispute. All these are many of the factors among many led to the interventions of the military. And they are saying the possibility of these things still happening is most likely if the governance system is not been properly instituted. Let's get your take. Moses, if you open your camera, I'll be able to add you on. So your camera is off. So just turn on your camera and I will bring you on. Yeah, but go ahead. What do you make of that?
Yeah, Dr. Mali later, these factors, some of the factors that oh my God. What's this? Why they kick me out of the thing?
You on?
Yeah, man. I can't. Okay, yeah. So I think Dr. Jones lay out some of the factors you just alluded to.
Just bear with me. I'm trying to mess around with my lighting system here. I'm not sure what's going on here, but we'll get it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Dr. Mali lay out these things, right? Even though we're speaking in the context of Benin, we're talking about bad governance and provocation of the opposition, and not saying about the bread and butter issue of the people and all that. You understand? And these are some of the things, the exact things that are happening in our society called Liberia today. And when ECOWAS say there's a possibility, it's just telling you, the domino effect. Because after we saw what happened in Senegal, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and you understand, the Gambia, we saw Guinea-Bissau, now we're talking about Benin. And instead of our leaders, exhibit that kind of good governance, put the people first. We got police brutality, we got police intimidating people, we got the government not taking care of the bread and butter issue. And some of the things that were talked about in the past administration that was so bad, this government is doing it 25 times. You know what I'm saying? Like on Saturday, when the people went out to do their party thing at Unity Party headquarters, the police, instead of going to protect the Unity Party people that are coming in, they went to intimidate the people that are sitting at a CDC on a construction site. I mean, all these things, they're not good for democracy. Let people be free to express themselves. See, you work as a government about the bread and butter issue. You understand? When you do good by the people will re-elect you. If you do bad, the people will not re-elect you. And then you pack your load that president we are did, concede, go sit down, wait for another time. If the people want you to come out, they will come out. But the African mentality about democracy, I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the white man thing they brought to Africa, and we're not used to it. We're used to the king mentality, the monarchy, a form of leadership. Maybe that's what we used to. Because I don't understand. People come from humble beginning. The people put you up there to do good by them, and you go by and you start doing good by yourself, enriching yourself. That's a sad thing. I think that's what caused a lot of time for our African country to fall into military rule.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go to Fargo, North Dakota, where our own contributor, former state broadcaster James Akwe is standing by. Akwe, are you honoring the homecoming, or you just put a Fargo there so make us know
So,
that you're here?
so yesterday I was also all out with the with the ruling establishment, the United Party. And you know, the party established July 27, 1985, but the Cassidy and others, and came to power as a result. And it was call it a part of political response to the coup that led to the dethronement and death of Richard Tolbert. I mean, that was just one of the many responses, at the time. And he went for election, that Cassidy, and he lost the election that was rigged on Samiando. But I listened to, so yes, I was out and will continue to support the United Party. And again, I've come up here to hammer down, and what I usually say is becoming a cliche now, that I want to encourage, the leadership of the country, the United Party, to continue to do more that will offset, it will off balance, and the opposition, especially the CDC, and it will put them into what, in our Liberian parlance, it will put into their literally, they will never know what to do, and it's going to confuse them more. And it's going to push me further to believing and holding up to, to the aphorism that this is a party for good. This is the party that is working in the interest of people, and as such, as a result of what they will do for the Liberian people, 2029 is going to be theirs. And but coming to the issue there in Benin, to the issue in Benin, I will never support a military takeover. I will only, continue, as a Democrat for that matter, will preach the hard fight. These are challenging times for our continent, Africa, and the issue of bad governance. We should, I mean, sing this song real loud so that they echoed across, and this is a time that people should have, free speech, freedom of speech. And even if that is not happening, I will still not encourage, a military takeover. I will not encourage individuals riding the back of the tiger, to clinch onto power. It's not going to work. It's not going to help. It's not healthy for our democracy. It kills and destroys, and the growth and the growth and development of any country. And there should be no one on this platform, for that matter, who will support that. Yeah.
Okay, so I think the Liberal took the lead on that one. Let's switch. It's just fair that we also, again, I kind of apologize. I believe my lighting system is a little bit blurred. I'm not sure.
Just a second, please.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yes, I think we need to be politically correct and realistic here. It being since the 60s, things continue to happen here. We cannot be hiding behind democracy and start carrying on military operation under the cover of democracy. We cannot continue to do that. We got to speak power to truth. If you cannot perform, if you came to say you are a Democrat, you must remain as a Democrat. We cannot encourage the saying that, oh, this thing cannot happen this way, because you cannot be going a direction when this civilian government keep suppressing people, extrajudicial killing and all the kind of thing. Then you say we should go that direction, keep going that direction. In our mind, we don't support military government, but equally so, we should speak truth to power. It's just pure wrong. So if you don't want for the military to come in, clean out your backyard. Do the right thing. Be that civilian government you say you're going to be. Other than that, the military will give you some doses and you will have to swallow the pills.
And Mr. So, can I just use 15 seconds?
Hold on.
Just 15 seconds.
Hold on.
Just 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Can you hold on, please?
Yeah.
We have to, you see, this is how it is majority started, so majority voting in here. People we're not gonna have response to respond, but we're gonna do it in the orderly fashion to give everybody the chance. We don't want to be like these people, everybody, and we're moving forward. We got to that sort of self-discipline. I don't know whether it's the right word, but we will have to, because the thing about people coming through to listen, so we want people to get a good takeaway. We agree, disagree. Trust me, you're gonna get a 15, 30 second here.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to leave things in the guts of people. From facial expression, what I see in the liberal now, he's finding very uncomfortable, and I know definitely he wants to get at Dr. Mali. But we the independents, the real genuine independents, we always accommodate views, like strong views that disagree with what liberal.
Yes.
You listen to what Dr. Mali said. People, yeah, he gives, you said when it is necessary, the military must step in. I don't think Akwe is in support of that. From what I see, if I could make a good guess, you also might most likely not. Where is he going here? Let me bring in Terry Collins, is our senior analyst of the Liberal Public Radio, and Nala Boashian is here this evening. Good to have you.
Yeah, good.
Liberal, let's hear you.
So why you put Terry and Ted together now? What kind of confusion you want? What kind of confusion you want to start again?
Mr. So pull him down, pull me up, pull the liberal down.
Yeah, I think that.
Walter Carter, well, you're making a kind of ridiculous decision tonight. Okay.
They can even stay alive.
Okay, Walter Carter.
People are the same group. I mean,
Okay.
Qatar has more or less, we're
That's
still
fine.
working to
Put
move.
him down. Put him down. Put me
Let
up.
us see, oh,
Three of you, you are Washings, so you will exchange your
That's
text.
fine. That's
yeah,
fine. We're
but
fine.
CEO is looking at Qatar is immune to this thing now.
I will get him. He will be no.
Hey, greeter Keto, yeah, you think Keto is you think Keto, you know how you when you want to talk to a president?
So, Mr. So, thank you very much. It's a very interesting conversation, but I just want to say this here to my brother Akwe. When we come to these public engagement, public conversation, we have to be very mindful of things we say. I have followed, and I'm not a friend of Samuel Doe. There's no question. Those who know my history know that I'm not a friend of Samuel Doe. But to come out here and proclaim that the 1985 election was rigged, it's unfortunate because we have no evidence whatsoever. The international community that was the observer at the time declared the election free and fair. There was those who decided, a Unity Party member who won an election decided they didn't want to serve under President Doe. That does not make the situation rigged election. It is because the Unity Party, they are inept behavior. They are unable to govern. And we still see that today. So there's nothing here to say the election were somehow being rigged at the time.
Hold on. Did I hear you say?
I said some. Please. You can't tie me down to it. I said so. I'm a liberal. I'm a political guru.
Mr. So how can he say some Unity Party when Unity Party is one?
But he said
Unity Party members. But look. Let me tell you this.
Hold on 1 second. Don't get in feelings. You were very definitive in your response. We see that happening today. Who is in charge today, Unity Party? I'm just trying to make follow up on your comments, and you can do the fixing, whatever you want to fix.
I'm done with that. Replay, and you can replay as many times as you want. I do not repeat myself. I do not repeat.
You're not on the witness stand.
Mr. So, can I get 30 seconds?
Okay.
No, you can't get 30 seconds on my time. No, you got to wait your turn. So let me say this here. Again. The situation in Benin, I hope ECOWAS will ease it out. But believe me, it's not going to be the end. It's not going to be the end. They have started, unless the situation that created the atmosphere for this failed coup is reversed or changed. But if it is remain the same, the anger or whatever it is that brought these people to that point is there. Now, let's go back to Liberia. And like I said, I'm not here tonight for Kumba here. This fiasco, Unity Party fiasco over weekend fiasco they put up there, it was complete nonsense. Nonsense. You had people marching, running in the rain to elect a person who told them it's not going to be a political process as usual. We're going to change the situation. And the President Baka, won the election based on those statements. People believe in him. And he has done so much good in that country. And instead of coming to show us the good, you're putting thousands and millions of Liberians together because you want to build a political party. What a nonsense process. Leaving behind the agenda. The president was so smart. I don't believe he agreed with the nonsense they did. However, he decided to use that process to re-engage Liberian about the arrest agenda that he felt. Because if he didn't feel these people are leaving the arrest agenda behind, he wouldn't have brought it up. And this time. But I believe he felt, oh, you're celebrating without none of you here on this platform mentioning anything about the arrest agenda. Where are we with the arrest agenda? You would think these people, they're so smart that they will portray and showcase all of the good things this president have done on his administration. You would think that they will showcase and say, look where we were when we took office. Nobody could drive to Grand Union County in 10 hours. Look at it today. Look where we were when we took office. Nobody could drive to Grand Bassa County in 4 hours. Look where we are today. Look at your lighting condition. We didn't have these kinds of, and then you go on and on and on. So that Liberian people would know this president is making good. But you come in red, wear all your green that you go into some kind of sour leaf farm. You come here, can't talk about your Unity Party nonsense. Unacceptable, Mr. So.
Okay, let's go to Akwe. Terry, good to have you. I'm going to be coming to you. Let me have Akwe response. This, I don't know whether it's a temporary divided house we're going to see here, but the Liberal is kind of a little unhinged here this evening, and that is quite fascinating. And he alluded that moving forward, how long we're going to see this. But let's also get Dr. Mali, let's have in mind, this guy said he's involved, he's unstable. We just seen a little portion of him. Maybe Good Sunday is in the making today. It's honest too. We don't know how it's going to look like from now to Wednesday, but we'll keep eyes on that. James Akwe, let me just bring you in.
Yeah, so when the liberal progressive says, and it was a fiasco, I still find it difficult to understand that. I don't get it, and I don't know, calling who come in the fiasco. I think this was an opportunity. They made it very clear. I mean, it was time to come together, talk about, getting a party headquarters and doing those things, and that will foster the Unity Party. Move the Unity Party forward. If you look at the National Elections Commission, it encourages all political parties to have a headquarter, and I think the party is just in line with that. If you listen also to the entire program yesterday, all that the Liberal Progressive just stated were also highlighted. How do I know? I listened to the program just from here. It was highlighted, the issue of electricity was highlighted, and not only by supporters and top brains within the Unity Party, by other people who even attended the program. There was a guy who attended the program and said he came from the CDC. He said, I came to this program because I see exactly what President Boakai and the Unity Party are doing for the Liberian people. He mentioned roads. In fact, he talked about Zulu whiskey, where in the probably the Liberal Progressive comes from. He spoke of electricity. He spoke of security. He even mentioned a particular place, the health ministry, where
James Akwe, did I hear you say probably where the Liberal Progressive come from? Zulu whiskey? You say probably?
Okay, Zulu whiskey come from
And you know,
Zulu whiskey.
so we are dying probably. What crown you want to see go and dying probably?
Oh my God, they think that is serious.
So okay, the Labour Progressive comes from Grand Gilead. It was a place that was unpliable. It was difficult to go to Grand Gilead. I understand. I don't know. He just came from Liberia. I guess he might have visited Grand Gilead, and I know it was very easy for him to just leave Monrovia and reach Zulu whiskey and back. That was never the case just few months or years ago. What I know and what he also knows is that people are going by way of La Cote d'Ivoire and entering the southeast. And while all that was happening when it comes to roads and electricity, the finance minister was so brave at the time, Samuel Tuer, to tell Liberians that Liberia was selling electricity, to Ivory Coast. That was a shameful lie. And talking about
15 seconds. Oh,
yeah,
for 15 seconds.
Yeah, and talking about military takeovers. If you observe in the 50s and 60s, there was an avalanche there was an increase in military takeover. Today, if we observe, it's just happening maybe once a while. So what that tells you is that Africa, gradually things are happening, and we only need to balloon the fight that democracy is the best thing, that democracy is going to work forward, and that those who come to power under the canopy of democracy should live up to the tenet, work in the interest of the people, rekindle hope, aspiration, and dreams, and that's how the country will move forward. And that those edges, rough edges, can be smooth, and that everybody live at peace.
Okay, I just to let everybody know, only Terry and Mr. Sembe are not going around, but the house seems to be in full, so we're going to be strictly to the point when we call on your attention. Let's just pay heed strictly to that. Yeah, the man, Bill, that's the man.
Bill?
One day he from Lofa, another day he not from Lofa. So
Oh my God.
Yeah, so let's welcome Terry, and our security analyst Moses Sembe is here. We're going to tap into what is the wave, the takeover, all of that. But let me just bring in Terry. Terry, good evening. Good to have you here.
Yeah,
hey, Yvonne, good to have you. Yvonne, happy, good Sunday. Let's welcome Allison as well. Terry, the Liberal broke ring with you, Akwe, this evening. This is quite interesting. Your reaction?
Well, I only have one area where I differ with Labour, and that is the area where he said the president, the DP government should be telling the Liberian people what they have done. I think that is what the Sonia is for. Come January, the UP government, the president in person will tell the Liberian people what he have achieved. But this program was meant to showcase the Unity Party homecoming. Mr. So laughing. Now you distracted.
No,
But
sir,
yeah,
I'm my apologies. Yeah, because so all people you gotta tell them to behave. When they're not behaving,
but
it remind me of MPS
so
they
like
no
the
they say, Papa, sit down. They call you Papa when they say sit down and take off your shoe. You can imagine? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, the Sonia the Papa will tell. But this one, what I saw in this particular movement, even though I have my disagreement with them, what I saw was a robust response to the CDC crowd. The Liberian people were trying to tell the CDC that they your crowd, what you're putting, or you're talking about, you're coming back to tell the people say you're coming back. We're showing to you that you're not coming back. That was what the crowd did. Was it timely? I would say no. That is why I agree with Labour. Because you are in power, you ruling. But does this contravene the political standard of a political party? Certainly not. The political party had to show strength. The ruling party had to show strength. And they went in for it when they had the opportunity to prove to us that, look, the people have not lost credibility in our party yet. And they came very, very strong, thereby to weaken the major opposition position. But here is the thing that I have problem with. Like I was saying the last time on Liberal Show, you declare that you raised 1.3 million. How did you raise that money in a poor country like Liberia? That's my question.
Who said that? Don't leave our audience in
Exactly.
Well, what I read was that the position of the monies raised, donations and all of that, from county to county, and Lofa County raised the most, came up to 1.3 million.
Who, Mr. Collin? Who said that? You see, this is why you guys, when I didn't put a finger in your throat, you put it out. We also on an obligation to adequately inform our audience. They know, some don't. Now you are analysts. Who said that?
What I read in some updates, it may not be properly confirmed yet, but what I read
But then you put it out.
in some updates is that the Unity Party government raised 1.3. That is allegedly it's something that I read that is not officially confirmed. So I will not say. So you correct. I'm not going to come. No, listen, Mr. Sigbe, please give me a chance. Your time coming. Don't worry, you can do what you want to do. You can fire back.
Please, yeah,
The only thing you don't have gun to fire that. No, but yeah. But it is alleged that they raised 1.3 million. I don't know how true it is, but if that is true, I have a serious problem with that.
Okay, before I shift gear to Moses here, we too must be held accountable. If it is confirmed by the leadership of Unity Party, what your concern would be like?
My concern is that how did you raise the 1.3 million? Well, because you see, Mr. Sodi, here is the danger here. And these are, I support them, but here is the danger. The international community is watching. These were the same people that watched the CDC government raise careless money during that time. And there were reports that came up concerning the way CDC government were running the country and all the money they were just spending here and there with all accountability. So if the Unity Party that the international community saw prior to the election that was struggling to pay rent, if they can raise today 1.3 million, if that information is true, the international community also want to know how you raise that money. Okay. And then the kicker here. Most people think that the sanction that came on the previous government just came by magical. No, the GSC, the LACC, these anti-graft institutions are also working with the U.S. State Department. They give briefing. And all the others that are going on, and all these LACC something that going on, the UN State Department have the way in on these documents, and it is from these documents they will draw the conclusion to start sending down some sanctions and things. So I'm afraid for that. If that is true, I'm afraid for that.
All right. After Moses, we're going to streamline the allotment time because it's a full house. Kato, if you can turn on your camera, they'll be able to eye you. So, like I said, everybody feeling giving their intro. But Moses, let me just bring you in the area of your expertise. That's security-wise.
Oh my God!
The first thing we started on was the attempted coup in Benin. I listened to former ECOWAS communications, lack of good governance, poverty, economic mismanagement, politicians now making themselves overreach at the expense of the people who they claim to advocate for when they were nowhere. Now, elections dispute, many other compelling these factors for military takeover. And they are so worried about that is not going to come to an end soon. You being the security analyst here, how troubling this situation? And remember, the three military regimes now, they have kind of like the collaborating. They're not dealing with ECOWAS. They get their own ECOWAS, whatever it is. Should we worry about this as well?
We certainly need to worry about it. And you see, for me, I wanted to go back to look at the history of Benin. Benin was first a kingdom with multi-ethnicity. And in 1950, it started to, and they were controlled, colonized by France. And between 1968 to 1960, before they got their independence, they were still called something else. It was not until later in 1975 before they changed the name to Benin. And you know, when you talk about what Elkomo listed as far as good governance and rule of law and all of that, under whose standards are these people supposed to perform? Who set the standard for this country? We've seen too many coups in Africa, and we haven't seen coups in Europe and other areas. Africa has been having coups since its inception, since it started to gain some level of independence. Liberia, being the second oldest free nation, had their coup in 1980. Who had influence in having that coup? So when people talked about coup, we need to go back and see how is it happening. Now you got Niger, Burkina Faso, and these countries now looking at becoming self-sufficient. Do you think that the coup in Benin is happening? You see, that's where my critical thinking takes me. Is that a start of another movement to destabilize that region or Africa again with the coups? And guess what? These leaders that are in place are given, they have people who have influence over them. The people in Benin don't make weapons. The soldiers don't make weapons over there. So who supplied, who did this? Look what happened in Guinea-Bissau. They had an election before ECOWAS could announce, before the people who conducted the election could announce the election. The sitting president, under whose influence, decided to come and do a press conference and say there's a coup, a fake coup. Why are these things happening? We need to look and see that this is another pattern that's coming in Africa. And we're going to see that over a period of time. Many of the African leaders have been murdered under the name of coup because they refuse to succumb to the West or whatever place they wanted the influence for. And only those people that are opposition, that challenge people on the outside, are the ones who are getting killed, Gaddafi, and you name them. So
all right,
we need to be very careful how we look at the coups that are happening. And I think it creates a level of security on that continent. It's going to breed again.
Right. Thank you so much.
Hand in there. So, you know, that's my take on that.
That I'm not aware of. Probably.
That's my take on that.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's bring in Koto Jalabalayan, senior analyst of the Liberia Public Radio based in New Jersey, is joining the forum here this evening. Good to have you. We were just starting up with a roundtable conversation concerning the attempted coup. We're getting more development. After that, international cable wire reporting more development with respect to the unfolding situations in Benin. But let me just go to you, and then I'll come right back to it. What's your take on that? If you ever monitor the information from Benin, what should be our worry? Even though it's Benin now, it was Burkina Faso, it went to Guinea, Benin, and other places.
Thank you, Mr. Su, and I want to say hi to all of you, my fellow panelists, and the people of Liberia that are listening to us right now, and those that will come to listen to us later. I thank you for the topic. You know, in politics, we have learned in the past that The Greek philosophers and other philosophers came about to teach on how the establishment of government, especially democracy, came about. And what it came about was to control us as to setting out a system and a pattern to follow in leadership. Because to know that everybody has their own ego or way of wanting to rule in their behavior pattern. So a system is set up of rules that will guide us as to enlighten someone who will take the mantle to I take the leadership that we at least come to the need of every one of us as citizens. But in that token, not everyone will be pleased with a particular government that is in power. And it takes just few people to destabilize a government. It doesn't mean that everybody within the government there are not getting a fair share or equity distribution of their resources. And it's actually difficult to have natural resources equitably distributed. So you have few people that are disenchanted. But to be able to handle a situation, especially by a government, to calm down a situation like in Benin, I think it was good. But again, these are people that will be disenchanted. And even we find it in our own setting. Like Keto tried to relate it to our own, Liberia, stating that the government went into certain era. But again, it has to be when you deter, you suspect something that what security is, about. I don't know how other people do it, but that's what the security should be, there to see if there is a light, that is a plan, there is something, there is some, information about certain behavior in an area. The security should be able to quickly counter, at that. I think that was it, but I don't think that, because what they were doing, the police didn't just go and harass people there. They were just in the area and maintaining the area. And you can't tell me that the police went there and intimidated people. They were just around. And that is just a way of calming down tension at the time in an area if people are disenchanted or they want to carry on certain act that, against, especially when a particular group is having a political event for that matter. It was suspected that, these people were suspected of carrying on, some irregularity. The police is supposed to come there right away and calm it down. And those are some of the way. And we see it here. Sometimes you see the police in a particular community, they come around and just start patrolling. They are not getting at you, but they are trying to inform you that I'm around. Just in case you want to attempt any other thing, I will be there, to counteract. I think that was it. And that's what I have to say about the Benin event. People are disenchanted, and I think even though it's might be handled now, is to come up to know what have caused these people, to come on the uprise and be able to solve those problems. Relate to them and see what you can, as a president or a leader, handle that situation.
The room is being equally shared with this information. We're going to bring you this latest. I will be right back. Good evening, folks. I'm Afonso Zienso with team of analysts cross country right here in the U.S. dissecting news, information happenings outside of Liberia, other parts of the world. According to Al Jazeera now reporting, 14 of the mutineers have been arrested by state security. The government is announcing they are in control. It is still unclear as to whether the head of the mutineer soldier is part of those groups. So we will keep monitoring what is happening inside. That is, Al Jazeera is now confirming that 14 persons have been arrested by forces loyal to the government. Let's shift the conversation and come home. Like we the house is in full tonight, so let's keep strictly to the point to make sure that everybody effectively can contribute to this. And in the interim of that, we will urge when once speaking, let's call our friend the courtesy when they are done, and then we come in if we need to make the correction. I would say that we saw what happened here we started a conversation, or the deliberate of it. So the deliberate started of a kick off nonsense. That was the work. He's unhappy, even though he's a strong supporter of Joseph Newman Boyka. Let me bring in Keto here. What is the strategy of the Unity Party? Is there some sort of targeted point? We've been talking to other people in and outside the corridors of the Unity Party, and the conversations so much diverse in terms of what they are trying to do. What is the game plan here of Unity Party ahead of 2029? Yeah, supposedly it's on top of your head. What do you think are they trying to do? You are muted.
Like Terry said, I think they try to show force or strength counteract what CDC did. But it's unfortunate. And the liberal is right. The liberal is absolutely right. You are in government. You govern the country. The people are crying every day about the bread and butter issue. Our health system is down. You understand? Our rural connectivity down. Education down. And you're going to start raising money to build party headquarters. What your party headquarters will do for the Irish Liberian that in the market, I can't get money to buy food when they go sell, nobody can come and buy. What will do for them? So what Libra is absolutely right. Do something that will make necessary impact in the lives of Liberian people. Because if this Unity Party government is ousted by 2029, what the party will do for them? The party will be empty spaces. Empty. Because right after election, people don't really go to party headquarters and sit there. The only thing some people that CDCs to go to that play religiously and just be around there, they suck a tree and do that. But all the other parties, even ANC, then you go to ANC, my mom house, the rest are ANC fans. That whole place is locked. Chin. Nobody go there. So why will you waste the Liberian people time to go put them in the street to show force compared to CDC and Liberian people stay going hungry?
Thank you so much. Let's condense our argument into 1 minute in order to give everybody the opportunity, and we hope to keep that rule. Dr. Mali, Keto, he been a reaction, supposedly not suggesting he independent, whatever, which is still on a question mark.
Mr. So, that means I'm independent. I'm an independent.
And but what did I say?
You just said.
So why are you interrupting the CEO?
Oh my God! Okay, I get what a security analyst not dominating. They want to be politician.
Why are you interrupting the CEO?
Y'all leaving with him, my boy. Dr. Mali, I wouldn't be surprised. Keto get a ringtone now that he's going to be using the word of the liberals. That my first time seeing him in agreement with the liberal. But let me just tap in your political brain. What is the essence of it? Is there something behind this here that we ordinary people not seeing? You know, politicians, they have some strategic move that they can carry on. Is there something that these guys are doing that, you know, ordinary person do not understand? Unity Party.
Yeah, before I answer your question, I just want to make one point clear here that there is a clear demarcation between party activity and government implementation agenda. If the rescue party that had their homecoming turn their occasion into highlighting government agenda, then we'll hold them accountable for where they got the money from to do that. But since they did not do that, I think they rely on private donation to carry on their activity, which is customary of all political party, I think, in Africa. At one point of correction. And secondly, whatsoever the party did is private. And people are saying the international community will look into some of these things and they will say, oh, the people merit making. We have all the right to merit make as a people in our poverty. It is clearly stated we cannot feed everybody in Liberia, but we can put conditions in place for people to for people condition to be improved. And lastly, we are mistaking a few things here to know that every government promote three fundamental pillars. Every government. One, they create the narrative of the day. That's a fact. Two, they have state resources to their disposal. That is a fact. Three, they decide the direction of the nation. That is a fact. Four, they are not answerable to anybody except they want to. And lastly, I want to say the issue of bad governance, I have not seen the trace of it yet. In honor His Excellency President Baka government, I have not seen the trace of it yet. And one of the bad governance items that is troubling that I saw before, extrajudicial killing, looting of resources, building houses overnight when you take over. These are all military things. We saw this thing unfolding in Liberia.
Okay, but before
we still kept our peace and kept our gun to our chest because we want to move forward. But these were all signs of a military governance.
So, but before I move to the next person here, I cannot allow this to slide away. Let it carry your own baby here. I did hear you saying they are not answerable to anybody unless if they want to.
Are they answerable to you?
So no, I understand what I understand what you're saying. I just want us to expand into this a little bit. If this is the case, that's that part of democratic tendency there that a government that was elected by the people to lead, they should just answer all at their own behest or whatever way. Is that a good system of governance?
Well, you and I don't have control over that. We are in charge. We decide when to inform you, and you wait until we inform you. It's also part of democracy.
Okay. What a strong one here. Terry, we're going to spring the rooms. We're going to keep within the confines of the meetings, like I said here. You heard Keto, you heard Dr. Mali. What is it? What is there a fallback here? The actions of this unity party that could be a backfire in the long term, or do you think they're going to have a political dividend from what just from the action this going weekend?
Well, yeah, I think I want to disagree with Dr. Mali. All right, on few grounds that you don't have accountability to anybody and you government in power so you can do whatever you want. I don't think so. I do agree with Dr. Mali that the country is not like before the 6 years of former president we are leadership, but we also got to be careful that how we generate money. I think you are the ruling party. What are you rushing for? That money that you can generate it within the period, or you can even generate more than that. The people don't even have to know the amount you generate. Even if you generate 1.3 million, which I believe they can as a political party, but within 2 months, Unity Party, people will speculate like within 2 months because they just stated within 2 months, that, oh, we're having our stuff and thing, and within 2 months, under 2 months, you are able to generate that. People go back in history where you able to generate this amount of money in your entire Unity Party campaign lifetime. Certainly not within the period of 2 months. At that, but can they as a political party generate that money? I want to believe they can, but but you have to be able to actually give account. Like I was reading something just now from Hippocrates. I think she announced the money, and they said they got clean. The money is clean. They got checks to prove it. They got documents for that. Well, if that is the case, then it's fine by me. But I was saying that, given the time and the history of this particular party, the timing, to me, it does not august right. And they could do it a different way. But the place I differ with Dr. Malik is that you owe us accountability. You owe the people accountability for everything you do. And as a party, you are the ruling party. Definitely the people will question you when they see some unusual activities. Like the CDC-led government, it was alleged that they spent over $50 million, or observers came to the country during the election and said that they spent money that they themselves couldn't understand how they were able to generate that amount of money. So my thing is, international community is watching us. We just have to be careful. I'm not saying that they can't raise that money, but the history of the party we knew in a short period of time have never happened before.
Has never happened before. Apprehensions is being raised at all levels. Let's see whether there is a potential crime here. Let me go to the security analyst, and that has to do with campaign reform, how money is being used, whether the election commission does have the ability to question these people, because there must be a full disclosure. So let's bring here our security analyst, Moses Semwit. I also support the United Party. Should I say United Party or just a boycott, which is okay. But let's see what professional will be at it. Also, Moses, what is key here now, maybe in your own word, as a person of this profession here, you'll be looking at full disclosure at the end of this. Who gave what, where these resources, where the money is coming from, like Terry just alluded, this sort of amount that is being announced. If you were asked to form part of a select committee, to say, hey, we want to know how these people raise their money, maybe some sort of legal person to the election commission, what will you be looking for? What will you be looking for?
Well, Mr. So, let's not forget, just recently, we had elections in Liberia. The money raised and spent in Liberia, we're talking about US dollars, were over $700 million for the campaign for this last election. So $1.3 million, it's a drop in the bucket. Government, political party is separate from ruling government, from administration. How do you restrict a political party and say you cannot raise the money once you're in government, once you take over the party, the country? It's unheard of. And we keep talking about democracy here. When you look at democracy, it talks about separation of power and all of these things. I'm looking at it right here online. If we're talking, listen, people need to stop being reactive. What Unity Party did yesterday was a reaction to what happened with CDC a few days ago, with all these party people coming together and stuff like that. And we know who got the biggest morale. That's what's going on in Liberia. Who can show off the most? Unity Party has the capability of raising money, as Terry said. Who are we to question when they raise their money? That's what they didn't say, the boycott administration. They said the Unity Party. Who are they answerable to? That's what on the show I brought up the campaign financing, because I raised the issue when CDC ran the last election that CDC won. We knew that the CDC did not have the funding, not Mr. Weir. They did not have the funding. And we heard rumors that, in fact, the whole campaign was financed by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the helicopter they got, all of those things. Those were rumors out there. Did anybody question that? Because you don't have the rules for campaign financing, you cannot restrict any political party on how to raise the money. Let's be real, folks. I think this thing has no air to stand water. And if Unity Party want to raise $10 million, they got the right to raise $10 million. But if you have the budget, that's what you have, the national budget. That national budget is what they are accounted for to the Liberian people.
Thank you
so much. Because they tell the Liberian people, this is our budget to run the country, and this is what. Anything outside that, they don't owe no explanation to someone, except that's the law that talk about campaign financing.
Thank
Come
you
on,
so
folks.
much. Thank you so much. I'm going to are you going to be reserved, Liberal? I want to come to you because you injected something very unusual here. Facial expression tells Akwe is in solidarity with what Moses Segbe is saying. So I can't wait to get his take.
Yeah.
Akwe, look, what is in this here for Unity Party that is unknown and perhaps we can forecast this evening?
And I'm going to be very laconic on this one. I'm going to be very short. And around a little over 800,000 Liberians voted and for candidate Boakai, and he won the election. Let's say, for example, if the Unity Party has, I mean, supporters of face just around 750,000 or 700,000, and everybody there just contributed just $2, from 700,000, you get 1.4 million. You even get more than that amount. Just $2, you get 1.4 million. So is the Unity Party able to generate that money? Of course, yes. The party is able to pull that amount. Just from 700,000, everybody just giving just $2. And some of us here, at least we know what we're able to do, So just I mean, I think that's peanuts, man. And I listen to my brother Kettle, sounding, forceful with cereals, fabulous and the rest of it. But look here, look, if anyone would sit and I would respond to him like the way others would say, oh, the Unity Party of President Boakai, I mean, has done nothing or is doing nothing for the Liberian people. Just today, I listened to Liberians in La Cote d'Ivoire, in Ivory and these people went to meet President Boakai around the airport. And the president of the Liberian Association in La Cote d'Ivoire said, hey, we have come here to commend our president for all that he's doing. Wow. People outside of Liberia can see the many good things this Unity Party-led government is doing. But then some people right in there cannot see it. I mean, they have practice skills in their eyes and the need to really, whip it out. Thank you so
Thank,
much.
thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Let's come to the honored lady in the house. She's a Washing as well. This network is infested with a lot of washing, but let's see. The liberal is looking very uncomfortable. His people are pushing away this evening here, but let's see how this show going to come to an end. Look, Koto, the liberal, he was using some strong words here. Those are English words, nonsense is anything here, but he's somehow vehemently against what Unity Party is doing. But at the same time, he tries to be politically correct. Oh, Mr. Boykana, this and that. That's the only dishonest thing about this old man too that I just don't like. He always like to remove the real character out of the picture. Then, of course, it's not a movie. But let me just come to you here. Is Unity Party on track with respect to what they're doing now in preparation potentially for 2029?
Mr. So, I'm not here to answer yes or no to that question, but I can tell you that the Unity Party is prepared. And I'm so surprised of people who are questioning even Terrence. And I was a financial secretary for the propaganda group for Unity Party here. And at the time, we know how much we collected just for election for the Unity Party. I know personally the contribution from Unity Partisan that was donated for the election. Then whereas you see a certain
How much?
government where they have,
How
and
much
you,
you collected?
I am not going to tell you the full amount because I was not in control of the total amount. But how much the amount I
Little over
collected
2 million.
personally?
Little over 2 million. 3.
Let her tell you her own. So wait.
No, hold on. I'm talking to Carter. Please, I
So
don't disrupt.
I'm not prepared to disclose that
She's not
amount
going to tell
until
you. Don't answer no question like that.
All right. She
I'm
plead
not,
the
but
fifth.
I'm not
She
going
plead
to
the
do it.
fifth.
He can
Okay,
push
go
me
ahead.
there. And
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
telling you personally, my group, the amount I collected from members and non-members. I know how much I collected. And you talk about a certain government, and we were here when you heard the Unity Partisan
were suspending some of their high officials. Didn't you see that? Because they were not contributing to their parties. Where all the money comes from? They have to support their party. Around the world, people are contributing to the United Party. Now you asking where did the money come from? I mean, it's kind of like, I'm like feeling. I don't know how to even describe it to you guys. You will sit here. Didn't you see that everybody were complaining? Oh, why they suspending government officials? The United Party is an established institution, and you can see, with or without Joseph Boycott, the party exists. With or without Ellen Johnson's salute, you saw the party was maintained and existed. So that's how the United Party is. So if the United Party decide to whom come their own members, that's just the United Party. Whereas the president is member of the United Party as the standard bearer, he is just part of the United Party. The whole activity was surrounding the United Party. So the president comes in to give his message. But the United Party is there to maintain its member. And then wherever the disenchantment may have come with people right now that may not have been satisfied with the government activities, to recall them and then reassure them in whatever possible way they can do. Got to wait until the 6 year have ended, then you come out to come to your people. Then they will be like, why were you? When in the 6 year you were there as a leader, you did not come to us, you did not talk to us, you did not, exist with us. Then now you want to bring us. I think that was unique. And if
Thank you
those
so
that did not understand it, that was the point from where the Democratic, the United Party comes from. They don't want to wait again 6 years. And we know we went through it. People were saying the United Party did not have a headquarter. Okay, now they don't want to make those mistakes again that they made in the past.
Let's leave it at. We want to observe times. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, is this conversation at equilibrium? The liberal will put it into context. I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now. Visit our site.
What a fascinating conversation here tonight. People are falling apart with different political views, opinion, with the central whole. The liberal is the only standing alone on his side. All his allies seems to distance themselves from him. Liberal, I'm not sure how this night gonna end. Terry Collins, your political raving, say, I'm not gonna be part of him. Scatter pledge his solidarity because it favors him. Akwe on the other side, your guy from Delaware, say, and Koto, wash your hand. I am not with you. I'm not sure of my position. Get yourself out of this.
Thank you, Mr. So, and I will ask my final panelists to observe the decorum here, because when they all were talking, I said nothing. I This is another side of me, and the reason why I say I have the ability to compartmentalize things. This is another side of me that I'm getting ready to show you here tonight. My usual self would say, you ain't paying my mom, I ain't paying your mom, but I'm not going to do that. My usual self would say, go sue me, but I'm not going to do that. They are all intellectual, and I'll reply to them from an intellectual standpoint. Let me say this. Mr. Akwe came out here, he said he wanted to be Lakane, and he spoke for almost 10 minutes. What that Lakane there? And that one a latrine. I don't Lakane, I beg you, man. Oh, God started gonna do Lakane me, somebody with short voice, blah, 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 I'm done. But you can't talk, and you say Lakane. And then the security analyst, this guy who has had, and I'm very serious, I respect him a lot. because we're friends. We've been knowing each other since 1980. So I know him well. But however, at our older age, he has evolved a lot and he brings a lot on the table when it comes to things that we need to do as a country to be safe, to continue the peace. But tonight, I'm a little bit taken back in for him to say that we as Liberians, whatever, however the people raise their money, it is not anything that we need to be concerned with. I'm a little bit surprised at that, but he has the right to say so. Now, and Dr. Made, on the other hand, he said it is our business to wallow in our poverty and have party in our. How you gonna have party when you poverty? You got nothing to eat. Then you say you getting party. Where you get party from? You hand out. You're begging people every day to give you money. Then you say you want people to let you into your poverty and have party. Look, let us don't sugarcoat this thing here. And I'm not here for CDC oh, I don't want. I'm going to stay away from it. I'll be linked to lecture. I'm not here for CDC. I'm not backing them. I'm not trying to promote them either. But let's be truthful to each other. Just quite recently, we heard, and if you go on Facebook, there's another article about the Swedish government. They are supporting budget item in Liberia. How much they contribute to Liberia. These are people that are going to be pulling up next year. And in the face of that, let's put everything aside. Subsidy seeker and a little baby from Total, who cares? They want bottled milk, give them bottled milk. That's who they are. Pacify them. Give them the milk, let them drink the milk and sit down. That's who they are. They are not immature. They still belong with battle. So give them you're not going to say because the CDC, they play baby, so we ourselves going to, who is the leader in the room? That is the question. Now, Mr. So, you come out and you're raising this money. In the meantime, sedition, not true now, no proof whatsoever, but they believe that this government brought down their headquarters. They believe strongly that this government was behind the people who demolished their headquarters. They're not going to forget that. You're going to raise money. And in the raising of this money, there are people, video, article, that said other party members are not willing, but they are being forced, coerced to pay money to your party headquarters.
Coerced?
And you believe that tomorrow, when the election is done, that they're not going to come after your party headquarters. That party headquarters is going to be a market ground. I'd say so. That party headquarters, the building, Liberian will turn it into market ground. They are not serious. Unity Party is not a serious party. Unity Party is not a political party that's very serious. Now, the president, on the other hand, is leading this party. I agree. However, he's very smart to be able to distance himself in a way from your childish game. I said this again. And Mr. Quay coming out here to try to promote what I said earlier. It's too late. The party raising money, it should be secondary to the party bringing people and exposing their agenda, what they have done. I say again. Until President Baka came, I was in Liberia a year or so ago. Before that, it took me up a day or so from Monrovia to Grand Gita County.
Today, Mr.
So the liberal, you're talking about Tabata, I don't say anything. Now the liberal on the floor, you put me in the background because I don't say anything. Please don't get me going. Today, I'm going to travel from Monrovia to Zredru in less than 9 hours. For goodness sake. For goodness sake. These are the kinds of things I tell Unity Party, if they're serious about governing, these are things they were going to show up tomorrow. Not only that, they said they're going to raise $1.something billion. Explain to the people the money that you're going to raise. What are you going to do? You got people, House of Representatives, Senator, refusing to have pay cut. And you call yourself a serious government? I'm going to be ridiculous on the government from time to time. Thank you.
Wow.
This is quite interesting. We're going to spin it. Let's try to observe time here. But also, our guy, they were all at the events of the United Party. LPR legislative reporter Tanon James Kabah was embedded with the group. Let's watch a little excitement here on some of what was happening. We're not going to waste time. We saw all of that. I believe that is the why he's still the secretary. No, not secretary. Former Mo Ali. Let me see. I think Carter is back. Let me just bring up. Okay. Oh, Dr. Mali is up. Terry.
Mr. So,
Surprise at Liberal tonight.
well, I think that's liberal for you. Liberal when he get ready to fire, he
He's not my
fire.
no,
That's
no, he's not my liberal. You've been hanging out with him. I don't want to. He has not been my guy from day one. So it is your guy, that Carter guy, that what his name, Moses guy. So I don't want him in.
so. Uh, Liberal is speaking his mind. That's his opinion, and Liberal support this government. So, but we have to say truth to power when there is a need. We cannot be sycophantic because that is how CDC want us to be. That is how they are. That is who they are. We will not step. We will not steep low to the level. If others want to do it, they will. They can, but I'm not going to do that. I believe that the Unity Party have the right to structure their own political rally. That what they did. I believe the comeback was good. They brought in some people. They showed to the CDC that we are still popular, and that the people have not lost confidence in us. But like again, I would say, and my opinion remains strong on this one, that the money raised. I'm not saying they took it from anywhere because I have no proof that they stole the money from anywhere. But the money raised, that have never happened before in the United Party history in the short period of time. And given the fact that there have been many other reports, there have been many LACC reports stating monies missing from the previous budget and budget of the previous years. All right. And then all of a sudden, we see money being raised. It is true that a political party can raise their own money. They can raise millions of dollars. Like in America, we see that for common. But can that happen in Liberia? When last did you see that? Which political party in Liberia in the past 20 years have raised 1.2 million on a single rally? If you can tell me, just tell me, in the past 20 years, can you show me any political party in Liberia that have raised such amount? Now, Cisco to talk about the elections. Elections are different from rallies. Wow. So wow. To that's one now. You chung the liberal also. So elections, Mr. So, are different from just a political rallies, and especially the ruling establishment. So election, the president, if I'm not mistaken, the all the monies that were raised across the world with all the momentum and all that crowd you saw during the campaign, the party were only able to the party were only able to raise, if I'm not mistaken, close to 700,000.
Okay.
With all that money that were raised all over the world, they were only able to reach 700,000.
Thank you so
Except
much.
if somebody can correct me.
All right.
But as it stands, for what I know, I could be wrong. Maybe somebody can. And I'm not against what they did. The only thing I'm saying,
What
for
are you
me,
against?
what I'm saying is that it bring a bad smell on our leadership going forward. All right. Especially given the time it happened, given the condition of the country, given the condition, the state we are
Okay.
in as we
Let's
speak.
let's leave it
That
at
is
that.
my concern. I'm
That's
not
your
saying
point.
you can generate this. This money can be a queue over the years. You got 4 more years. You can tell anybody anything. You in power. But to come up publicly and raise with in cash one time, there's
That's all right.
speculation in the
Okay.
opposition. That's my
Thank
point.
you. Keto, you started off here, you pledged full support solidarity with the liberal. But the liberal he's always politically correct and try to be calculative in his argument, being very strategic, always doesn't like President Boykai to be involved into something that he doesn't like that will perhaps put a sting on his political career. You saw him come here trying to navigate through the process. Oh, this will go, but oh man, I agree with A and this and that, intellectually removing him from the crime scene. So let me ask you, do you also in accord with what the liberal said by removing President Boyka from the scene? He's not part of it. Maybe he doesn't endorse it. He brought it to baseline to return to the agenda, the rest agenda. Do you also agree with what the liberal is saying, that this is in isolation, that the president doesn't know about it?
So this is the hypocrisy and deception of people that support President Bwaka.
Including the
like
liberal?
I said, the liberal, like I said on this show over and again. These people saw us pick in the bag. They told us that this president was experienced. He could deliver on day one. He knew he was the mature leader, and only to find out that the president has zero idea in leadership. And so for the liberal to come by and eat crow, it will be difficult for any united partisan abortion on this platform to eat crow to say, look, the old man ain't got what it takes. It will be difficult for them to say. So they will always look for scapegoats to put it on. The handlers, the surrogates, the lieutenants. You understand? Who calling the shots? You think Joseph Barker ain't know that they were having program? He danced at the program. As a matter of fact, Terry said something. He gave a speech. You know what he told Liberian people? Yeah, give me more time. You know what he said? Give me more time? Because the 2 years was wasted. Like he said, they squandered the opportunity to develop the Liberian people's lives. They squandered it again 2 years. So he asked Liberian people for a chance. But in the process, and they were liberal, I agree with liberal. When you have all these difficult things, you have admitted that the country is not going in the direction for which you were elected to move this country in a direction. But yet and still, you sitting now raising money, you're trying to flex muscle with CDC. As far as we're concerned, concerned, CDC is back in the front page again. They're back. They're looking up to you for leadership. They're looking up to you to rescue them, to change those things that you told the Liberian people that CDC was not doing. And you're not doing it. And so yeah.
So quickly here, meaning now from what I try to sense out, your initial pledge to this liberal ideology is being taken away?
No, I agree with the liberal because the liberal says something, and I'm very objective here when it comes to our conversation. Liberal says something here. He said the Unity Party is an inept party institution. The only thing they know is destruction. They brought about our destruction. During the 1985 election, they opposed the election. They said the election was rigged. They didn't say that they brought war.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Mali, I'm going to also insert my own opinion, views based on people that we talk to.
Your opinion don't count.
I thought you said you're going to be cool tonight. You're getting out of your shell now. I mean,
this guy is right now he's uncomfortable. All his people distant from him, so I understand where he's coming from. Then the West, he doesn't have a bottle with him yet tonight. But look, Dr. Mali, I am wondering here. I talked to some folks here, and the Unity Party is still, they still feel strongly is not yet sealed up. George Weah is one of the popular type politicians, but there's something that I'm going to come to you. But do you think all what is playing out here is Unity Party saying the CDC and George Weah as the bone in their throat, that they must do everything to diminish their political acceleration for 2029? So we need to get people out. We need to show our superiority. We need to show our might. And I think Terry, who said that, it's one of the things. You always want to get ahead of your opponent. Are they really worried about CDC?
Well, I think there's a clear distinction between the CDC from my assessment and the Unity Party. So first of all, the answer is no. And it's no for two reasons. One, His Excellency former President Weah is CDC, and CDC is the former President Weah. So CDC is not an organized, accepted, well-reputable political party. It's a personalized institution attached to this guy, the former president. Unlike the Unity Party, His Excellency President Boakai, he's member of the party. He is not the party. So there is no competition there.
No, but Dr. Mali, so are you saying is Joy we are not a member of CDC? Is that
No,
a fair analysis?
Listen now, Joy Weah is
at
dual
CDC.
capacity. Joy Weah is CDC, and he also a member of CDC. He owns it. He's a lifetime president. Those traces are not in the Unity Party. His Excellency President Boakai does not own the Unity Party. He has just been hired and fortunate to be elected to lead the Unity Party. Okay, he's not an autocrat.
So now you are a true independent.
But I mean, he's not an autocrat from an assessment to impose on the life of the people of the Unity Party. And lastly, the issue of this program, we are confusing governmental agenda with party obligations. CDC had a gathering the last time. I didn't question it because it was private. Unity Party have a gathering, it's private. People saying they raise money. Yes, the skeptics will always be around. There will always be skeptics, political skeptics. So many different types of skeptics. They will always be around. People are talking about the timing. There is nothing like timing in politics. If you have the time and the advantage, move on. You may never have that opportunity coming your way anymore. That will happen in politics. So
Yes.
I would even advise the Unity Party hierarchy to spread the homecoming to the 16 county going forward, and also have the presidential villa spread in the 16 county as well. We need something different. We need something strange. All right? So this is an organized party. The other group is not a party. It's a club owned by somebody and getting people to follow it. And we got
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
No,
For that doctor to come and denigrate a reputable party?
I said, CEO,
Are
you
you
gotta
kidding me?
protect, you gotta protect my view.
You're going to respond at a
You haven't heard
the Unity Party don't have a lifetime precedent. No. Unlike the other party, it's owned and possessed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Mali.
So if you send one to Better Yara, all of them go to Better Yara.
This is what a
Great
night.
show, great show.
Moses.
Yes, sir.
You are cheering Dr. Mali? Is that a case or what? I mean, I see the smiles on the Washington's faces here.
I'm cheering contact because he come have a heart attack just now. He said it's ridiculous. You are coming to die.
Look, yes. But look here, this is Moses, this is serious here. But I think this is a legitimate argument. So what next after this? Will there be a full disclosure? Do they have the obligation? Are they obligated to do that? When he said there will be no this Liberia transparency and everything going to be the order of the day. Now he is the chief executive. The gavels is in his hand. He's driving the train to the rescue train. Would that transparency be out there? This is what the party did. It's the party. He is the owner. The face of Unity Party is President Joseph Newman Boycott. There's nothing we can, we can talk about, because he is the standard bearer, and he must make sure that the party's agenda goes through. But will we see that happening?
No, we don't see that happening. My brother,
Why?
hear what it is. You guys know, you've been in this country for many years in
Why would
democracy.
someone call Dr. Mali North Korea leader?
That went on his people.
That's not me. That Rescue 3. That Rescue 3.
So what is he, Dr. Mali, saying now that he's been coined as the North Korea King Jong-un? All right, I mean, they have their own opinion to express, but that's just hilarious. But go ahead.
On a serious note, Mr. So, we understand that in democracy, this is what happened. The Unity Party or His Excellency Joseph Yiman Boakai owes no transparency when it comes to the political party. If you want to put in place campaign finance and make sure that everything that is done is reported to NEC, then you need to do that with campaign funding. Absence of that, you cannot police political party and when they can raise money. We see that every day. You get emails in this country. When Trump went and gave his speech the other day, called the people from Somalia, he abused the people from Somalia. You know what happened in Minnesota? Everybody received something saying we need to make sure Trump get out and y'all can donate $5, $10. Those are the things that they capitalize on. That's politics. That's what the political parties as an institution is there for. Now, who is to say when Unity Party should build their headquarters? Who has the jurisdiction? Who needs to monitor that? Nobody but the Unity Party. And you know I have not been a Unity Party. I'm now a Unity Partisan. I never supported them. But this one, that hit the nail right on the head. Unity Party owes nobody any explanation as to where to raise their money. They got the right to raise money anytime they want to raise money. And that's what politics is all about. You need to capitalize on your adversary to raise money. And that's what we see in pure democracy. The place that practices democracy, the best democracy, is here, where we live every day. And we see that. The people go and they have different functions. It's owned by the political party.
Okay.
It's owned by the political party. So listen, save me the whole hoopla and this, that, and the rest of His Excellency Joseph Yiman Boakai right now is the standard bearer of the party. He's the political leader. Obviously, he needs to go to the event. But when they go and check the budget that they just put in there, that is being argued right now, $1.3 billion, all that money should be spent where it was allocated on the line item. That's where they get audited. Any money that's raised over there, that's it. So let the people go and put campaign financing together and put some laws in place for a political party and their funding. Then we can hold people accountable. But until then, let's go to sleep, my people.
Let me go to Qatar, but let's give recognition to our folks. Is in the building. I'm coming to you. I know exactly what I'm doing. Let's welcome Madam Carr from Jersey areas. Of course, Marit, Mr. Snanga is joining us from Philly. Let's randomly pick some of the reactions of the online note, and Koto, I want you to react to it. This is what Tama is saying. This is Unity Party program, not government program. So
precisely.
So they make reporter Unity Party members, not Liberians.
Correct.
So this is how polarized and divided country we are as a people and as a nation. Koto, so do we need to know if I'm not paying party due, it's none of my business, right? Just what the liberal always say is none of your business. Stay out of it. You're not part of us. So we're not going to do this. Is he on point?
Not exactly. The thing is, the Unity Party is unique, like you really said, Mr. Dr. Mali said, and I said it from the previous, onset, that the Unity Party is a stable institution. They are there and they will make the report to the hurricane
and those that they are responsible to give the report to. It had need be, they would like the public know about the amount. Like you are saying, I don't know, they are so much worried about what is generated to this party. And you saw it in Bond County, the amounts that were generated in Bond County. And this is a national issue. It's not just one county. You saw the talking about the establishment of party headquarters in various counties. And I see you, Mr. So, say they might take all over this political headquarters when a next government coming. How possible is that? If the people own their property, why will you come and take over their property if they own it? Then it means that you are a junta government, like Mr. Marley was saying, Dr. Marty. You cannot come in, people bought their part, their headquarters legally and establish, and you come and take over it because you think they were kind of unique in getting the establishment set up. And people keep talking about a bread and butter issue, bread and butter. I mean, are you trying to bring the Liberian people down to the point that you think that they are only living on their belly? The Liberian people are not stupid. You complain and not getting job, but you saw how jubilant the people were. They were there. Nobody forced anybody yesterday or going over there. People went there willingly. They don't have to wait for the government to get hand up to them. But with the roads being built, with hospitals being equipped with medications and better doctors, with schools having well school built and good teachers, those are things that the citizens will benefit from. Electricity have been distributed all around in communities. Today, we cannot say many, like the so-called, we call them around like it was before. Now we're thinking about how we're seeing it today that the drug level have reduced in Liberia significantly. So what are you trying to tell us? And that's what the Liberian people want. They don't want you to go and get their hand up. As far I'm seeing, the Liberian people these days are not lazy set of people. They just want you to create the opportunity for them where they can, fetch their own, life up. I think that's why it is. But they said that whole day, Canada, the bread and butter issue, bread and butter. When the people eat bread and butter, what will they eat tomorrow? Are you just concerned about just feeling their better? Is that why you're not bring the Liberian down to? They are not at that level. And I'm sorry that you guys stay taking on that level. The Liberian people want an institution established for them that tomorrow, if this government is not in power, they will be successful and carry their life on with or without this government. And that's what the United Party government is doing. And that's what President Barker is working on, that he will establish an institution whereby Liberians will be able to, if not getting a government job where it's just like how many employees they have there for government, is the larger employer and cannot absorb 5 point some more million citizens inside. So create the opportunity. That's what this is doing.
We're going to step beyond the borderline. Thank you so much. We're going to step beyond the borderline with respect to the time. I want to put a number, but let me go to Akwe. Let's see whether we can get few calls, if they will, from our audience to participate into this forum, to give their side, to share their thoughts. 781-363-5939. While we are with that, let me go to Akwe. Akwe, you seems to be in a happy mood here tonight. I'm not sure what's happening, but yeah, it is what it is. People feeling sorry for Keto. Keto on his own 6 against 1, and so poor Keto.
I can handle all of them. I can handle all of them.
But you will be eating farina with Saint just now, Gary.
Okay. I got your tip. Don't forget, I got your tip.
I don't know. Anyway, but let me get a reaction quick, before we go on.
Okay, so I listened to the laborer, and he spoke of the Swedish government pulling out. And Liberia is not the only country where the Swedish government will be pulling out. In the early part of the 90s, the same thing happened, but then they came back. Then this time they're saying, it was a painstaking decision to really pull out at this time. Again, in the early 90s, the Swedish government, the senior assistants, pull out, later on, they came back. Who knows that is going to happen? It also happened in Tanzania, Mozambique, and other areas. I mean, I just want to just squeeze, that one in. Then later on, he said, he was sounding very, I got some very friendly vibes, from the liberal. But then later on, he went deep down the sea. I don't know whether he was drowning when he said, and the Unity Party is not a serious party. No. But then he somehow corrected himself too when he came back to say, and he can easily drive as far as Zulu whiskey, in no time, just few hours he can go. Marylanders can just go and they just come back, and anybody, especially at this time, who will say that the United Party, President Baka, really not doing nothing, then you're being grossly disingenuous, far below the belt. So my brother Keta, Red Dead, sounding a bit, bitter and acrimonious, Keta, the thing is, we're talking about sincere and honest leadership on the ground, experienced people. You hire men there before. What action was taken before when it comes to, slamming and striking individuals caught in corruption work? No action was ever taken, man. Yeah, nothing was ever done. And then you say, what? He is zero in leadership. I was shocked, for a Keta, from the CDC or independent to say, that's the least tack, you can be able to press on with Kennedy Bwaka. You can't go low like that,
Thank you so much.
We see actions
being taken. He talking ahead in my head.
We see actions being taken. We see decisions being taken. You see dismissals. You see people being appointed into other areas. It comes as a result of sincere and honest leadership on the ground. Are we saying that all is rosy 100% or even 90% in the country? No, and that's why the president asked for time. He said, "Get me time so that you see more." So when the president asks for time, it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. He's just telling you we are going to deliver more, and we're going to off-balance the CDC. We're going to frustrate that more as a result of what we will do.
Thank you. On the road, boy.
Let me go to the phone lines yet. Institutions are determined to come to the rescue of Keta, who they believe 6 or 7 on 1 year. Let's go to Atlanta, Georgia. Aaron is on the line, breaking the life jacket to rescue Keta this Sunday evening. Aaron, you listen to these guys. I'm not sure whether you're a friend of the liberal here this evening, but let me get your take exactly what you are gathering from your end. Are you there, Aaron?
The man will get you to stand forward and
good evening to all the panelists on the show. Mr. So, what we're listening to tonight, especially me, hypocrisy is climbing to the roof today. These were the same people, that were around here 6 years ago, or let's say 8 years ago, talking about, government ministers going to political rallies when they're supposed to be doing government jobs and things like that. This is a party that had a headquarters for 12 years. When Madam Salih left power, they were booted out for $100,000 to pay rent. $100,000 to pay rent. But today, all of a sudden, because they're in power now, I don't know whether they coerced the owner or what happened with the owner. They're raising money to go back home to that same headquarters that they couldn't pay for when they were in opposition. The only thing I would say is, look, the Unity Party can do whatsoever they want to do. Sis Cotto can say they didn't force people to go there. I don't know whether she was in Liberia and she knew how the people went there, but that's not how Liberian politics ran. When the CDC were in power, every time the CDC called crap, you guys were the same people that were saying people were paying people to go there. But now you guys didn't force nobody to go there, right? You guys didn't force nobody to go there. And just to close, please, guys, please. CDC is not the only opposition party in Liberia. You're making it seem like You guys on CDC every day, you know, every day. All the unity parties is every time it's about CDC. Go on the country, forget about CDC in opposition. Whatsoever we do in opposition, you don't worry about it. We're not, the people not looking up to us, they're looking up to you. And lastly, says Cotto, I don't know how much money you collected for the election, but you guys should tell Senator Waterspoon thank you. Because Senator Waterspoon put more money into Unity Party than even the president who's sitting there today. That's why Haitian Senator Waterspoon today, that he's not being recognized. That's why platform today, a lot of opposition on the platform more than the Unity Party say. Because of what he contributed to that party, and you guys turn your backs on him. But today you guys will come on the show and say you guys put money in the party for election. How much did you guys collect? You and Mr. Akwe.
Thank you so much.
Can you guys tell the show today how much you put in that do the campaign time?
Thank you so much. Let me go to Clarence.
$200.
Thank you so much, Clarence. Not Clarence, Aaron. Clarence Davis.
Hey, see how you doing?
Why will you call my analyst the guy who takes up time to impact, to inform? Why will you term me as North Korean leader?
You see, Tatamale, he's a, you know, he had a dream in Nigeria called Bittersweet. Sunday, when you on our side,
Besluku, we call them Besluku.
Another day again, when you're on the other side again, we are something we can start coming, we can start going after him.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter here, you saw yesterday, there's not a music played yesterday, and there was a certain music that played, and the president stood and began the game. They said, we tired, we allow Buka Benson.
So he done Buka yesterday, the Buka that he was against?
No, he didn't do Buka. He said, there's a music that everybody used during the election. I said, we tired, we allow Buka Benson. And that music began to play yesterday. The president stood and began to dance.
Okay.
There are a lot of things that happened yesterday, and many people they are not following it because when the party the program happened yesterday, Spoon came on the show. You know, the struggle that came on the show yesterday began to say all that negativity. But the fact that the matter, the program that held yesterday started the government work from Monday to Friday. So if the party having their program, then somebody has seen a government official looking to go to the place. Are you telling the government official to work outside when you pay them for overtime?
Thank you, my brother.
Be free and say the truth. Besides that, a lot of comments there tonight. Our board chair many times he will come and say, "Please, Sherry, he know how to analyze, and we are building a show here. Terry is there on the show, he's there on the show. If you are coming, continue to bring in Prince Sherry on our field, that he is more educated than if we would have come at the show. You know, I don't see it going down well with us. If the party having a program, you coming out with Sweetie Living. What the party lead program?
So tell me, this is your board chair. He is one of the town crier on this network. When we come on, Rescue 3. I don't know whether he has a sort of intercom or you get a radio. He will call and then you come and surface. So you agree? You disagree with him tonight?
Yeah, I also did disagreement with him tonight.
So I should go ahead with the investigation.
One of my disagreement had to be with the issue with this Tweety closing the embassy or the Swede release food and then they're leaving the country. And the party, people personally went there yesterday and get their contribution. Like Thomas Farah is not member of the party. Thomas Farah plus 30,000 United States dollars to give. And yesterday, when CDC had their party their party program. Edwin Snow went down there and contributed what? 10,000 United States dollars. Well, nobody said anything about it on the show. Who was it? United Party, because United Party is in driving seat. So the difference sometimes when the right thing happen up on the right thing to the right player, when the wrong thing is happening up on the wrong thing to the wrong player.
Thank you so much.
Whatsoever that was collected, this is not a government money, this is a private money.
Here we go.
That's a private money. So whosoever want to know how much the party collected yesterday, I think you can go to the party website and get me to ask questions. How much did you collect for this party yesterday?
Why was it on government?
Go there.
This is interesting.
Why was it on the executive mansion website?
Yesterday.
This is interesting. You know, everybody protect their own alligator. They're sending us to party website now, and that is quite correct. You want to know? Go to the party website or contact the secretariat. There you go. Rescue number. My man, are you getting your own letter from Liberia, or are you just doing it for the commitment of the party?
As a patriotic Liberian, we'll always support the truth for the country, and we'll stay there for it. And that cat then go find their way. Because I don't think they'll be CDC toilet from the man.
Bye. See you want to go on, man. Thank you so much. Jim David, David, let's hear you.
Yeah, this is recording from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. My concern with Mr. Taylor, he said he's an independent, and he crying on the station that was CDC didn't yell on the show. I don't know, is that independent? He's not independent.
Tell your own, Gene. Tell your own.
So, yeah, I'm talking about own, but you'll not be yelling when they talk about military parties and CDC didn't yell. Actually, CDC is run by Georgia. There's no Georgia, no CDC. Wow. So who is the CDC next year after Georgia? Nobody. And let me get in the correction. Unity Party were now put out of that office. They left. When the CDC were put out of that office, when they were invaded from court, there was no court procedure to Unity Party or their office to take them out from there. No. They left because they couldn't compromise. And the same thing, the money they wanted, the same money they owed for the same purpose. Imagine, they benefited all the government ministers, this one. But at the end of the day, they decided to make Unity Party seen. But Unity Party decided to say, no, we'll go after them, and they went to get it. They see offer back from them. So it's not anything. This is not CDC. You can remember when we are coming to the airport on Monday, all the ministers, safety ministers, directors, all of them are going down to the airport for any morning until in there until we are coming. All of them can be sitting down there, they're not working. This was a Saturday. I never seen Joseph Waka doing it. All the ministers then go to the airport. So we are saying you can't bring plane, you can't one take to the airport. All of them wanted to go there. These are like it on a working day. Nobody complained. Nobody say anything about it. But as soon as the Unity Party ready to do something, that's time they ready to say, oh, they're taking the government money, but they forget to know. They're taking the government money to buy cake and go put it to the airport for all of them to eat.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, well, what a great conversation here. And I just want to highlight the liberal date. And this is how people pay keen attention, and everybody have their own views and opinion. Bob Cash Peters, I believe he has followed before, but we want to encourage you to come to agree, disagree with us, and all views and comments. We always highlight them, and we always accept people's views and opinion without they disagree with all. And we really do appreciate, but also do not hesitate to point out where we fall short below the belt. What I can tell you tonight, though, this is the second time. This is the second time, but there are some guys here. Don't be surprised when you come the next day. Their line they're going to be pushing here. As we're about to close, I want to be giving you your convincing argument. I will add a little piece of layer to that. But in the meanwhile, His Excellency President Joseph Newmont Boakai, that's how I like to see the BBC guy and call him Boakai. He's currently in Abidjan to honor the inaugural of President Alassane Dramane Ouattara. LPRO Africa Bureau, Abidjan Bureau Chief was at the airport today, but he caught up with the Senator of Grangeda County, Senator Zoe Emmanuel panel. What is the rationale of President Boakai? This is a second trip with the president in Cote d'Ivoire. I talked to people, and the Unity Party now focusing its concentrations on the Southeast. You know, they didn't do well grand year. Some will say the vote there doesn't matter, but in politics, every vote counts. So the question becomes, as it is moving forward, if Unity Party continues or Joseph Boakai continues to make gains in terms of accessibility to road, people moving and coming, what could be CDC argument comes 2029? The core name Barrow Medicine. Grandjide took him as his son. But what was benefited? So what else can you carry? But our camera recorder was Zoe Emmanuel Pennon, and I want you to listen to this, and you can wrap it up in your closing argument. Let's play this.
For the inauguration tomorrow, for the inauguration of His Excellency President Alassane Ouattara of Cote d'Ivoire. Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire, we are interrelated and we share common border. And now when peace is in Ivory Coast, peace is in Liberia. When peace is in Liberia, peace is in Ivory Coast. So a president who just got elected to invite my president to cover his inauguration, that shows the solidarity between the two countries. So I just came out from the VIP, from the presidential launch, to come out to talk to my citizens from Liberia residing in Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay. So what was your brief statement or interaction with the Liberian community in Cote d'Ivoire?
I told them thank you that all the time. This is my second time coming with the president in Ivory Coast in March 2024.
Yes.
I was here with His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Again, tonight I'm here. And when we came the last time, is our brothers and sisters in residing in Cote d'Ivoire. They gathered themselves to receive our president. And now, so I was just telling them thank you that when they see the leader outside Liberia and put politics aside.
Okay, so that's the guy. Is this guy now being used as the conduit to get at what? So people have different interpretations about Zopeno, who he is, why it is, but you know, everybody get their own follower. As we are about to wrap up here, you can have your argument, and then I'm going to add this. If the rules condition continues to improve and other development initiative unleashed within the southeastern side, which seems to be the stronghold of former President George Weah and the CDC, what could possibly be the political argument of the CDC if Unity Party manages to finish that finishing line to get those things done? I hate to do this, but Keto, I will have to put you in the spotlight with this one here. Is Unity Party undercutting CDC strategic goal?
Well, look, we can call it for what it is. There's no way Unity Party can build asphalt road connecting from Nima County straight through Grangida to Maryland, all the different areas. The people from the Southeast will always vote for President Weah. Until President Weah leave the political limelight, they will always vote for him because they love him. They just follow him. What President Boakai is doing in the Southeast, right, is we call it cosmetic development. He trying to play on the minds of the people.
No, hold on.
Hold
on. I just want us to go with clarity here. We are out of time here. You are saying if he build the asphalt road, which is the quota, it is not abstract, it is concrete. They will see it, it will be visible. How can you then interpret that as cosmetic? Because it's something that people are going to see.
No. When I say what he's doing now is cosmetic, I use that as a metaphor, right? Or hypothetical. If he does build road, the poor still vote for President Weah. What I'm saying now, what he's doing now, to clean the road every now and then, to grate out the road and not to put asphalt on it, it's just something to tell the poor, say, I'm going to give you a hope to go to your country.
He didn't do it.
No, but this the thing. The system that President Weah was using to develop the country was to take it from Nima, connect through Totan, go as far as the other, and connect until he gets to where he wanted
I
to
beg
get.
you, don't put my name to your CDC
All right,
Yamanima. Don't put my town name
Mr.
to your CDC Yamanima.
To now you myself, I'm on the same page. Only thing with 1740, the high is tonight.
What planet are you
1730.
on right now?
Eh?
What planet are you on right now?
Go ahead, make your point. We gotta go.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kind of security analogy. Please give me my time back. Kind of they abstract me.
No,
Okay,
no,
so on the
they're not
serious.
Walmart. They're not lay away here.
Oh
You
my
you tell
God.
like I'm going to go.
The liberal.
We're not
liberal
doing lay away here. You allow them to distract you, so that's
You are
part of
said
the liberal
distracting me.
thing.
You are said distracting me. And that
No,
country
I'm
that
the
bring you an
question
army
here. I
too.
can ask. Now go
Or you
ahead.
said,
10
or you
seconds.
said, are you talking all that yama stuff?
No, on a serious note, Grand Gila, the southeastern region will always put for President. We are like the way President we are developing Nima County, and the people decided to go Prince Johnson way. That's how it's going to be all the time in that region. But again, we should not underestimate what is unfolding in Liberia. We saw Saturday, President we are not in the country. McGill went to Banga, and we
All right.
saw
Thank you so much.
how the people CEO, why you oh,
No,
when we
you
talk
tell a
about
second. Tell a second. I have no time. We gotta go. Look,
look,
let me break in.
look, they kind of make
When I say tell a second, I giving you a hint, and you're still doing my
that's all right.
gear.
Okay, that's all right. I agree.
You
Yeah,
want
you want to hear me?
and
Forget it.
your statement. I don't want you to go with headache. And your statement. So you can say,
Yes.
oh,
So we saw a concomitant show of
He got
force.
heady already. Coming with
Yeah, go. Yeah, they live.
okay, all right, we
Yeah,
gotta
go
go.
ahead.
Look,
coming with Amos Sawyer nonsense. Coming there. Then you know you got heady already.
yeah, look, Terry.
Oh God.
I think this is a difficult one for seditions to navigate, and people always. It's good for people to
How
always
will you
be in
say that?
denial.
Are you kidding me?
He's talking about Miguel. Yes, that was an impressive show out, but I am concerned. The former vice president, maybe my eyes, I was deceived, did not show up. And what CDC, CDC likes to be strategic in their position. They want to share the power, the piece of the power of the news, and that was they do it. They do it. They did it the right way because news was so that they would divide the news. Or where you see, what his name, Chief Dr. Joel was missing from the scene. That is a concern. Terry, let's hear you before you go. Your final statement.
Yeah, I don't want to really dwell on that Tabata, but their position, it was fine. But what did it yield for them? Nothing. It's just few people that they put together to something. And I respect Maggie. Maggie is smart. If they had Maggie, maybe the election would not have gone the way it went. But here is the thing here, Mr. So, the CDC is not sophisticated enough as an opposition this moment to be able to fight against JMB because they coming with strategies that the people already know them for. And that is the reason why it's becoming very difficult with all the mistakes that the government is making, the United Party government it's becoming very difficult for them to hold the United Party in a corner because the people already know their leadership. And that is why we keep saying, you're talking now, you think if the people, if the Grandians see Kota enter in Zweju City from Monrovia County, you think they will vote for Joya? It's just that common. It's just that simple. They're not going to vote for Joya. There's not a fixed vote waiting, sitting down in Grand Jury say, yeah, they want you specifically for Joya. No. But here is the thing I want to say. The optics, I still remain to say that the optics concerning the raising of the money does not look good for us as Unity Party supporters, but JMB supporter anyway. So does not look good. The optics is not looking good. You understand? And the it's red meat. It's sufficient red meat for the opposition. The good thing of this for this government is this: the opposition is not strong. They're weak. You bring in men and send on water. You saw what the Misa United Party released on him in a few days. You bring men and send on water spoon that already have a history and he have a past record and he's the face of the narrative. They will beat him. He can't stand it right now. United Party, they're releasing only one Misa on him. Only one. They're not ready yet. They just release one. So if you're willing to stay, that's why I said the United Party is sophisticated when it comes to when it comes to propaganda. You have to be able to hold them in specific areas, but they don't know how to hold them. They're depending on this guy. This guy does not have the weight. He don't. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Koto Jalad Balayan. Let's hear you. Oh, hold on. I think this from my end. Hold on 1 second. I think you're getting the background. Sorry. Let me see here. Are you there now? They just unmute yourself, I think. Wow. I don't unmute.
See, let us stay there. Go to somebody else.
You got to go out and come back in.
Can you go out and come back,
go
please?
Out and come back
don't mind, Keto. That is acting like Alhaji praying now, so you can't talk. I don't know why. You're not muted for myself. Let me pull you in and you come back and see. Yeah, okay, let me kick you off and then you come back. Okay, in the meanwhile, let's hear our man from Delaware next to Joe Biden.
Well, Mr. So, thank you for the show this evening. I think it was really informative from my own estimation. I think that the situation in Benin going to expand outside of Benin because I think that that's how it starts, one after the other. And the people with special interest group that want the resources of Africa, and they will continue to build the unstableness in that country, on that continent. The other thing, let me come down to this last topic we were talking about. We need to, all of these things are just things we're talking about, and I don't think it's in prerogative of the Unity Party to monitor the parties. We support the party or we do not support the party. And if you're supporting the party, you support your party no matter what. And let me just give you guys, there was a substantial amount of money raised from here for the Reverend. Let me let him know that. We know that. We saw it from 2015, and especially during this election. Substantial amount of money came from the diaspora. That's why the first speech that His Excellency Jose Yima Boakai made was in Rhode Island in December. Right after following the election, he came and he said if it wasn't for the people in the diaspora, that election would not have been won because of the support they got, overwhelming support. We're talking about not 700,000 now, we're talking about in the millions. So let me just make that clear to you. And some of us were there, we know what happened. For a long period of time, we were with him since 2013-14 when he first decided. So I just want to make that clear.
You still with him?
Is good for the soul.
No.
Are you still with him?
I am with my country. I always told you guys I believe in his philosophy. Think Liberia, love Liberia, and rebuild Liberia. That's what I bought into. I'm not a member of the Unity Party. I voted for that, and that's what I think he's doing. So the other thing that I kept talking about, the Southeast, they were the same people who were talking about, the Southeast was not the only people that George Weah paid attention to. He didn't do nothing for them. And they're beginning to see that. They're beginning to talk about it. I put something on the website of this man who said he was sedition, and he was from Grangeria. Now he's he's supporting His Excellency Jose Yima Boakai. And this guy articulated what he saw and what he sees, and Carter there living in a different world. But one thing Carter said that I agree with him, the Southeast will always vote for George Weah until George Weah say he tired and went back. And I think he already tired. So he's not going back. So you're fooling him. That's all I want to say.
Thank you so much. Let's go to Koto.
Confession is good for the soul, Mr.
Koto, let's hear you. Hopefully your audio is okay now.
Yeah, I think am I audible now?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Get that, man. Your I don't know, your imagination failed you. Your whatever you did, man, failed you. Thank you, Mr. So. It's very unfortunate that Keta and other people would just think that the Southeasterners are just there to vote for Jowia and they are just in stagnant. I mean, that's just completely different mentality they have. And in politics, one person, I don't care what it is a person that you see leaving you, it should be, harmful for that political party because just one number is needed for political parties. That's why when you see the homecoming was here is to get people on board that were not on board and get more people on board. So in politics, you're just not going to be stable and say, oh, because I got 30% somewhere, like Terry said, that 30% is still there waiting for me. I'm sorry. In politics, that number can increase or reduce based on the condition and your integrity at the time. George Weah promised what he was supposed to do for the people. He didn't do it. And I heard one of the quarters say we're supposed to be leading, and we're talking about George Weah, and the CDC. The CDC is always coming against coming with the accusation of Unity Party having a homecoming program. It's the CDC. Who is the opposition that is attacking the Unity Party? It's the CDC. Why would we not talk about the CDC when they just left power? And I mean that they are just saying that their government is not performing. You see, Kenta saying he's sitting right here. I don't know what land he's coming from or what state he's coming from. He doesn't communicate with people. See, from just an example of the people that went there, the videotape that Mr. So just showed, and many of their people went to the airport. Besides that clip, I watched another clip. They were there thanking their people and the president that what he's doing. I mean, people are seeing it. Even when the Dusty Road was paved there, we saw seditions were there commending the president. And even as the president went to the burial of the late president and his wife, that ceremony and other that he went to.
We're having a reunion in Rhode Island.
Moses,
reunion,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so you saw the seditions in that era. They are not stupid anymore. They were blind then, but now that they're seeing that, other people are educating them and they are seeing the reality. They're no longer living that dream to say, born CDC, die CDC. No. They are looking at the nationalistic, mentality where they would think that what is good for Liberia is what they go for. I am not like a United partisan, but I support the United Party when they're doing things. So if CDC was doing the right thing, I could support the CDC.
What other year with this and now United Party? What kind of?
That's what makes me nationalistic.
Oh,
I'm nationalistic. I support what is better for Liberia. I'm not supporting an individual.
Okay.
I don't support individual. I support a better idea for Liberia. I support a better candidate for Liberia. And as a politician, that's what I look at. I don't look at a political party. It's just a party structure. No. I pick a unique candidate to support for my country, and that's what I do. Thank you,
Mr.
So
much.
and I want to thank the people who went out. I don't know whether it's our closing now we're doing.
You're close. Yeah,
You been on the show for all 3 hours?
I want
to thank those that went out there, to support the Unity Party, and I was there in solidarity with them. I supported them, and I think that was it. And many people who are saying they don't know, like Terry, you have the right to know why the money came about. You can see it going right online. It's there even on the Facebook, and also when you put it out, it's there in Google. You'll find it out. The money was collected through institutional check donation and individual contributions that led to that amount. And the Unity Party, like I rightly said, is an institution that is supported by people.
So it's not where people just go and you saw it. And I want to remind people again, United Party can force its members to pay their dues.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
They
Labour,
didn't say
Jesus
that to
Christ
say
for
they were
real.
officials.
All right.
They were officials. They forced them. If you want to
We will end up sending a bill to Unity Parties in there. We'll send your Unity Party bill here.
Mr. So,
Labor, you got to send your bill.
Guys, I'm in charge, Labor. Calm down, okay? Calm down. I know tonight all your people deserted you, all the frustration there, but don't break your
Labour on a good side tonight. Labour doing
Let's
good.
quickly. Let's hear you. We gotta go.
Yeah. So, and this is exactly why the Unity Party is deeply troubled and worried, because they see that the Unity Party is cutting deep in the Southeast. The last,
so don't worry now. Unity Party is worrying.
That's why the CDC is worried. And,
no, you the Unity Party now.
that's why the CDC is worrying, because they see that the Unity Party is cutting, it's cutting deep. If you observe the 2017 presidential elections, about 98% go to the National Election Commission website. Around 97, 98% of the vote from Grand Jury went to the CDC. And I was just in conversation with some Grangidians and some folks from the Southeast. And this is what I said, the amount of percentage that the CDC got from Grand Jury alone, around 97, 98, is never going to happen in 2029. Several reasons why. People are looking. People are watching. People are looking at things that are positively improving their lives. So that I am not saying, and watch my lips real clear, I'm not saying the CDC might not win in Grand Jury. No, that's not what I'm saying. But the level of percentage will seriously diminish. And that's a clear fact. And it's going to lead me to say this. This is why you will see there will be an ongoing plot within the CDC to remove George Weah. Remember this today, what I'm saying. Yes, there will be a plot to remove George Weah because they see Weah as a weakling. If you observe the last time, for people to come out to say Weah was wrong for conceding defeat for what? Around 23,000 votes. What's that? I urge supporters, friends of the United Party, especially those in government, continue to work hard, do those things that will make Liberians elated, gleeful, and joyful. And that's how you are going to get another mandate come 2029. Have a good and wonderful time, and I love you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
I didn't know that we have soothsayer and predictor now. People are going to have a political plot. Liberal.
Yeah, Mr. So, I will ask your indulgence to allow me to share as I speak, because those of us that are in this business, we speak and want to make sure we have evidential statement. So I'm going to share this if you don't mind. So let's go ahead. Okay, here we go. If you're watching this is in Zwadru. I mean, those of you that know Zwadru, this is in Zwadru. This is the Liberal. This is back in 2022. All right. So let's go ahead. So when we do this, watch this here. This is the at the end of the Zwadru Broad Street, they call it. At the end of Zwadru Broad Street. President Weah has been in power since this is 22. He was there 2018, 19, 20, 22, 4 years. He was there. And this is what we have. According to Equina, who I'm not going to dispute, 98% of the vote from Zwadru, from Grand United County went there. Let's go ahead. Look at this, another one. The same Broad Street area. And that day when I went, it was raining. I got in the ring. To make sure I get these stuff. This is in Zwadru. Yes, the other side of the same Broad Street, because it's very important. This thing was like almost like 4 to 5 feet separation deep. Let's go ahead and look at it. This is it again. Look at this area here. The guy on the right side, as you're looking at right there, you got to step on that plank and you go into the store where they sell used shoes. Let's go ahead. Here's your worst part. I want to show that. See area. Now, this is the one that take you to Fishtown, Sino, and what have you. Here's the street here now. You're jumping off of the Broad Street going out. Okay. They put this stuff out here to continue the river water to go into the people yard. Let me stop sharing here. Let me stop the sharing and then make my point, please, if you don't mind, Mr. So. The idea here is this. CDC said they're going to come back. I'm going back again. I will soon be going back there, and I'm going to reach the Zedru, and I'll take pictures. I don't have to campaign. The picture will campaign for President Baka if he seeks re-election. These are evidential proof. We're not making things up. These are things in Zedru. And when it rains, the people that live that I show you over there, they stay in the street with a mattresses, and you think they're gonna come back and give you vote because your president we are is a son of President son of Granji there? You think they're not gonna go with their living things, and you think they're gonna go ahead and let people to do this to us again? I don't think so. So, Mr. So, it's gonna be very interesting unless President we are right now it starts changing for people to see. You can't come back with the same old rascal and you think you're going to win election again. And we're not going to happen. We will be here. We will be truthful. We'll be respectful. I keep saying this. When I was coaching high school, one of the premier high school in Canton, Ohio, I used to eat Pusawa on President we had name because he was playing in Europe. And the children said, oh, Joy Weird, they call him Weird. I said, no, I know of him. Okay, we'll bring you pop, they call it pop or rice. They used to bring those things. Because I don't hate him, but let's be truthful. What is good for the country? And this is where my anger with Unity Party comes from. Instead of having these kinds of baby play, I call it party headquarters people will eat. That party headquarters you're going to show to Liberian people that the president is doing good. That party headquarters you're going to show. These are the kinds of contracts you're supposed to show. This is where we were. This is where we are. This is what this weekend should have been about. But instead, they're over there wearing green like frog all over the place talking about they say Unity Party my foot. Thank you, Mr. So.
Okay, what a great, fascinating conversation. All voices from different spectrums were heard, guys. I want to thank you so much. And that was the essence when I said, if all this election to really go ahead, how will CDC argument make the argument? That would be a very difficult. Two things, talk to people. This whole thing, what you saw happening, is a clear indication that President Joseph Newman Boyka is making massive preparation, if all goes well, to contest, that he was be seeking re-elections. No question about that, showing his political strength. There were a lot of adults that were showing all people who are being off. We saw them coming. It is very vital. Probably what they need to work on the young demographic voting age, and the more they incorporate other people, they're going to be bringing their people. So Keto, the notion here, and there are two things here. The president, former President George Weah, needs to decide which way to go. And this is where going to be a difficult task for CDC. Now he's with the FIFA. That's a lucrative thing there. That's a good money-making thing. Do you want to gamble that? Because you cannot be in multiple places at the same time. You cannot be a special envoy giving that sort of tax. What time do you have to campaign? Then you have to let one go. So like you take the one you win, you take the one you lose. Which one he really want to go to? What is the fallback plan for CDC? That's the main important thing now. They really do not have a fallback plan. And we're talking here before. Unity Party does. Jeremiah Kunde, he's already pledged his support. Whatever thing they're going to sort it by, but where is the actual, who is the replacement? One person they could use, it could be Mangel, but Mangel, there's a lot of hinge already in the making with the sanction and all of those kind of stuff. It's a difficult thing. So CDC, I don't know, Ketra, you can work it. I just try to be honest. You don't like good advices. That's the thing about it.
That advice not good.
Yeah, why is it? Yeah, listen,
We'll be there again.
You have the president here. Did you see Kimia with him? You see Finabondo? So what they have done, they have disabled the surroundings of President Weah. That is a concern. You remember what happened from the wartime when Patrick Minicon, Grady Allison then went? That was the beginning of the fall of Samuel Doe. So we don't even know who's going to come next. So it's a concern because the president now is, I don't know how you're going to do it, but we're going to watch and see. Guys.
So, Mr. Shaw, before you close, I think the board is unhappy with your lengthy program tonight. And I think the board will have to institute some sort of a investigation why this program went over an hour. This is unacceptable to the board rules. And I think the board going to have to find out what really happened, and we'll come back and inform the public later.
So this is how it works. At the end of the day, whatever concern, it has to come to the administration. The administration will determine the length of the whether investigation.
This Goya is the board investigation arm, and when I obligated to
so
tell
why
you,
you investigating now? Because your people disagree with you tonight. Good
why
night.
the show went
Okay.
over.
All of that, you see, they abandon you now. You're good night.
Good night.
Good night, Keto. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Terry. Good to be here. And well, folks, that does it this evening. We want to thank you so much for your time sharing with us. For those of you just been awake, we probably went extremely against over the time here, but sometimes when these conversations are, interesting, we just don't want to leave anything untouched. Having said that, by God's willing, same time, same station, the Liberal Progressive will be here tomorrow, Monday, conversation with Samson Toll. We'll be back here in the house. Until then, have a pleasant evening, and bye-bye for now.